Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be doing this look, and I use mostly all Jeffree Star cosmetics as well as his new Morphe x Jeffree Star brushes and sponges. So I also wore my You Better Blend Bitch shirt because today we're gonna fucking blend. And if you guys want to learn how to do this eyeshadow, then keep on watching. Alrighty, so let's get started. First, I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in Rumor 01, as well as my favorite brush by MAC. This one is the 252. It's super old. So I'm just going to start off by applying the base. And you do want to get a little bit on your hand. And so this is how I was taught to do it. So you just want to get enough where the brush is coated, but you don't want to have too much where it's not like super thin. I don't know if you guys see how thin that is. That's how thin you want it to be. So let's just get started. Okay, so you want to start underlining your brow. And you want to start off a little bit lower, because if you have hairs, then once you apply this on top of your hairs, it just doesn't look as clean. For this part, you want to add more to your brush and start patting it all over your lid. Next, I'm going to be using a fluffy brush. It's synthetic, and I'm just going to dip the brush into the P. Louise and then pat it on there. So I'm applying it twice, and this way it's going to take away all the streaks that we had from the first time we patted it on. I'll be using the Beauty Killer palette by Jeffree Star, and I'm going to be using the color Vanity. For this part, I'm going to be using, sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm not trying to open my, so for this one, I'm going to be using the JS6 brush. And then you're just going to pat it in there, and you want to get a lot, so you kind of just want to get a lot on there. So you're going to get that purple shade and just pat it into your crease. Next, we're going to be using all colors from the Blood Sugar palette. So the next color I'm going to be using is the color Coma. So you're going to go 50-50. You're going to go on top of the old shadow that you had and a little bit past it. So we're going to repeat the process like 2 to 3 times just to have everything super blended. Alrighty, so next I'm going to be using the 221 MAC brush. And with this brush, I'm going to be using this shade. It's called Root Canal. And I'm just going to grab a lot as well. And then put it 50-50 again, so over the old one and a little bit further up, I mean. Color, I'll be using the Jeffree Star No. 5 brush. And for this part, I'm going to be going back into the Beauty Killer palette and using their bright color Star Power. and a little bit of the cavity from the blood sugar. Go back in with the JS6 brush and go back in with Vanity, and every time we redo it we're gonna push it up a little bit further up. So I'm gonna lightly pat it on. I don't want too much on there. I'm gonna pat it on and then lightly blend it up. My 252 brush by MAC and the P. Louise base in shade Rumor 1. So you want to put some on your hand again, and you want to make sure that you keep the brush super thin when you apply the product. Candy floss, and make sure that you have your eye closed because you don't want it to crease. And I'm just gonna put a light layer, and I'm going to be using the Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Glue, or whatever it's called. Then I'm gonna be using the Barbie Shop size 3, and I got this at IMATS. Then I'm gonna go back in with the JS6 brush and get a little bit of Vanity and start blending out the edges. I'm gonna be using the JS7 brush. And I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Medium Brown Brow Gel. Alrighty, so I'm going to apply some eyeliner off camera and my lashes, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the lashes that I used are by Ruby Lashes in the style Extra, and I seriously love them. Next, I'm going to be using the Revolution Conceal and Define. So I'm going to tightline my eye. Crease brush, or whatever kind of brush this is, and using Coma to blend that part out. So root canal and then lightly blend that out. Alrighty, so to prep my skin, I'm gonna be using, where is it at? Oh, okay, so I'm gonna be using the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless primer, and then I'm using the Nivea Post Shave Balm, but I transferred it into the Versali just because I like the dropper that it has. So I already finished my Versali. Next, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Foundation. I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star JS1. And on the other side, I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Pink Brush. So I haven't used a brush in a long time to put foundation on, but I love how it doesn't leave like any streaks. Face next, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. going to bake with the Cover FX translucent powder. JS3, and I'm using the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, and I kind of just get a lot of it. I'm going to be using the JS2 brush, and I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish number 1. So I'm going to be using the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. And since it is a Jeffree Star video, I'm going to be using the JS4 brush. And alrighty, so I'm going to be using Ice Cold and Princess Cut because it is like a pinkish look. I'm gonna bathe myself in setting spray, so I'm gonna be using the Scandinavia Bridal Spray. I want to use like mostly Jeffree Star, so I'm gonna be using Champagne Tears, and then I'm gonna be using the Jeffree Star x Jouer Cosmetics lip gloss.